Hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna make a top 10 hidden JRPG gems for the PS2. Just a warning though, most of the following games you're about to see on this list are strategy RPGs. But they're all great games, trust me. If you're an RP gamer like me, you may know some of them, probably. Probably not, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video because I think these following 10 games are great and they deserve more, they deserve to be, acknowledged by people like you. Alright, let's start with number 10. Yeah, I know Phantasy Star Universe is pretty famous. It came out on the PS2 and also on the Xbox 360. But did you know there is a sequel? A game that it's as awesome as the other one? Phantasy Star Universe Ambition of the Illuminus is totally a hidden gem. Not many know about this game, which is curious since a lot of people know about the third and fourth parts of the story, the portable version for the PSP. So how come many people miss this game? It's amazing! And no, it's not online only. The game has its own story, with its own missions, characters from the previous title, new characters, and the option to create your own character for the whole story. It's a hack and slash action RPG, and even though the gameplay is identical to the previous Phantasy Star, the experience stays equally rewarding. So if you miss this game, give it a chance. Trust me, it's really worth it. Number 9 goes to Suikoden Tactics. This is a game not too many are familiar with. Sure, a lot of gamers know this famous series that tragically died 6 years ago, but many miss this game in particular. Perhaps because, unlike the others, it's a strategy RPG? I'm not sure, but I think Suikoden Tactics is a really cool game. It takes place before and during the events of Suikoden 4, which is also for the PS2, and tells a whole new side of the story. So if you're a fan of the series, give this one a chance. And even if you have never played any Suikoden titles before, don't worry, be like me then. This was the very first Suikoden game that I played, and that was around 10 years ago. So it's not too late if you want to start with this series, and nothing wrong with using Suikoden Tactics as a beginning. It may have its own flaws, and it may not be as good as the others, but it's still a great title. Really, I recommend this game. It's awesome. Magna Carta is another game that it's not too hidden anymore, probably like the previous two RPGs on this list. But since there exist only two of them, the second being for the Xbox 360, I kind of think of it as a hidden gem. Magna Carta is a very peculiar game. It's not a strategy RPG, even though sometimes it looks like one, but it's a turn-based RPG. However, it has a ring system similar to the Shadow Hearts games, in which you have to press the button at the exact time to make your attacks work, and that requires concentration. So you have to constantly pay attention to what you're doing in battle. It's an awesome game. The graphics are not that great, as you can see right here, and the characters may be, well, a little bit over-sexualized, especially the girls. But that doesn't mean it has a lame-ass story like others of its kind. The story is actually really good, and along with the battle system, builds up the strong points of the game. I totally recommend playing this one. Devil Summoner. There are two consecutive titles for the PS2. Raido Kusunoha vs. the Soulless Army and Raido Kusunoha vs. King Abaddon. Long names, huh? Imagine just saying Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Raido Kusunoha vs. the Soulless Army. Come on, say it. Go and tell that to your friends. Anyway, these are action RPGs with lots of elements of detective-like stories in which you investigate certain mysteries or crimes here and there. You can fight alongside the demons that you capture and in what seems like hack and slash battles. As you can see, you have to give your demons your orders before the battle begins, as they will constantly do the same attacks over and over. Both games are great, but they can be quite tough. And yes, they require the use of your head. Being two awesome games for the Megami Tensei series, I'm surprised a lot of people didn't know about them, because they are two great hidden gems. And number 6 goes to La Pucelle Tactics. You know, this is a game developed by Nippon Ichi Software. Sounds familiar? That's because they made the Disgaea series. Actually, some of the characters from Disgaea, like Laharl for example, make appearances in this game. Those isometric map RPGs. I've always thought they are best for this type of games. And as a strategy RPG developed by the aforementioned company, you might expect extreme similarities with Disgaea. Nothing wrong with that. Disgaea are great games, but not too many are familiar with La Pucelle Tactics, even though it can be considered like an easy version of any other Disgaea. It's a great game with nice gameplay, funny story, funny characters, and as you can see, an interesting battle system that you should check out for yourself. If you miss this game, go and give it a try. I guarantee it's lots of fun. GROWLANSER 5 is my favorite GROWLANSER by far. You are probably familiar with GROWLANSER Generations, also for the PS2, which includes two games, GROWLANSER 2 and 3. Or maybe you've played GROWLANSER 4 for the PSP? But did you know there was a 5th title for the PS2? Actually, there's also a 6th one, but that one never came out of Japan. I am sad to say this great series is dead. And I don't understand why, since GROWLANSER 5 is awesome! It's a strategy action turn-based RPG. Yeah, it has everything. It's that great. You have to choose your character's actions constantly at the beginning and also during of the battle. Then they will go and carry out those actions by themselves. This game is tough and requires a lot of strategy, but it's so addicting. Also, the story is tremendously good, with well-written characters, good graphics, great music, and everything you ever wanted to have on an RPG. I strongly recommend this game. In my opinion, it's the best in the entire series. Number 4 goes to Romancing Saga. Well, this is a complicated topic, considering nearly nobody knows about this series. At least nobody that I know. To make matters worse, the previous titles never came out of Japan. So it might surprise you to know that this turn-based battle system JRPG known as Romancing Saga Minstrel's Song is actually the 3rd in the series. This is another awesome game, a true hidden gem for the PS2. I can't believe it was left in the shadows. It's completely superior to many other popular RPGs out there. It's simply amazing. It has beautiful graphics and music, a very cool battle system, 8 characters to choose from, and each with their own story. Of course, a lot of missions are repeated in each character route, including some boss fights, and it can sometimes feel a little redundant. Also, I think beating this game without a walkthrough it's really difficult. Sometimes you will get yourself stuck without knowing what to do or where to go. But if you can get past that, you will find Romancing Saga a beautiful hidden gem for the PS2. Haha, Chaos Wars. Have you even heard of it? If you haven't, let me tell you something really interesting. It's a crossover of many hidden RPG franchises. So, it's like the perfect hidden gem. It's one of the best JRPG crossovers out there, with a strategy battle system not quite as typical as the others. This game has characters from GROWLANSER, Shadow Hearts, the Spectral series, and of course its own funny and likable original characters. It's sort of like a comedy game, but it's great nonetheless. The gameplay is just extremely addictive. I beat this game twice consecutively. Now, there's one bad thing to say about it. This game is kind of famous among RP gamers for having the worst English voice acting ever. It's just horrible. So, do yourself a favor and play this game with the original Japanese voices. Because once you leave that behind, trust me, you will get addicted to this RPG just like I did. Number 2 goes for STELLA DEUS, another tactical RPG. STELLA DEUS, The Gate of Eternity. Like many other games on this list, it was published by DELUXE. You know DELUXE, right? Currently the best RPG publisher out there. In any case, STELLA DEUS is a great game and one of the most hidden RPG gems for the PS2. If it has mixed reviews, it may be because you have to constantly grind in this game. But come on, there are a lot of RPGs that are awesome in which you have to do lots of grinding. But this game is so much fun that you will find yourself enjoying it quite oftenly. Also, this is another RPG in which the voice acting is just terrible. Not as bad as Chaos Wars, but bad nonetheless. Despite that, it's a great strategy RPG with an original story, interesting characters and cool gameplay. It may not have won any awards and all that stuff, but give it a chance if you can. I personally guarantee you, you will at least enjoy the experience. Give this game a chance, I mean it. And finally, on number 1 we have Eternal Poison, one of my favorite PS2 games of all time. This is yet another hidden gem because a lot of people overlooked it. Why? Probably because it also received mixed reviews. Terrible mistake. This strategy RPG is tremendously good. The story, the characters, the cinematics and the music are outrageously great. It's very dark, a little gothic and medieval-like, but that only makes it better, at least for me. The gameplay consists of choosing between 3 main characters with their own allies and their own storylines. You can fight alongside the co-stars, or hire mercenaries, or with the demons you capture with a very strange book. Once you've managed to beat one of the routes, you unlock the 4th main character route. And once you've beaten them all, and captured every single type of demon in the game, you unlock the 5th main character, but that's really hard to do. In any case, it's a great title for the PS2, and if you're into strategy RPGs, you definitely should not pass on this one. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe and share the video with anybody you know. See you next time.